I think the main ethical consideration when it comes to pets is how are you going to treat the pets yourself? Um, it's definitely good, as some people have said in comments, to rescue pets just like it is to rescue people, and rescuing in general is good. But the primary directive is don't do harm. So, it's like the categorical imperative. What if everybody did happen to do the same thing as regards to pets? What would be a steady state ideal? And basically, that's treating your pets well. They would be raised by somebody, uh, that breeder might even be the wrong term, but that they uh, take care of the puppy, raise the puppy, show the puppy love, get that puppy used to being treated like a member of the family. And then the people that adopt those puppies both recompense the person that did that, um, and treated the puppy, the dog, well, or the cat, or the whatever pet. Now, I have generally rescued puppies. Lily here was from an email of, 5 puppies had been found abandoned on the side of the road. Somebody left them there thinking, well, at least I gave them a chance, which is wrong, but then in this case it worked out. These puppies all got adopted. Lily visited her sister for years and years in Hawaii. And now, this last dog I got, I did pay for. Now, it's a working dog, because I don't really believe in show breeds. And I'd always thought of it as, morally a questionable thing, whether I would want to pay for a dog you should rescue. But in Maine, well, I'm not going to lie to you, there were definitely shelters and shelter dogs. It's not like it was when I was younger, even in my 20s and 30s, where, you go down to the supermarket and somebody's there with puppies. So, I believe she's a work dog. She's a border collie. We paid for her. She was raised at a ranch where there's just one mother that sometimes is bred, and the rest of the time she's just, a farm dog, or she's a farm dog during that time too. And I think the primary thing is to take the dog into your family and treat it well. And if everybody did that, then it would solve a lot of the problem. Now, since that's not what we have going on, yes, I think it's good to rescue animals, and, most of my animals, all of them until this one, this is the first dog I ever paid for. And, that's also beneficial and even a greater thing. But it also depends on your situation. It's kind of like, you can't say everybody that wants to have a kid should, adopt a homeless person. Everybody should not produce misery, but if, somebody has to go take what the future steady state is too. So in being basically 50 years old, I thought it would be okay, and I always loved border collies. And now with the border collies, a lot of responsibility. Basically, there's no problem with the border collie as long as you can play fetch with them 2 or 3 hours a day. So not everybody's in a situation where they can do that. I happen to be working at home. I was thinking of taking jobs outside the house, and it was like, well, how's that going to work out for the dogs? This dog needs, right now I take a break every hour or two and generally spend it with the dog. But I also wanted to comment on this idea that, dogs are slave for your affectional needs. I don't speak for yourself, okay? Dogs are a great many things, and they definitely cause problems that you wish you wouldn't have, or ruin a furniture that you wish wasn't ruined and stuff. A lot like a family member, you have to love them through certain things that are less than ideal. I don't see that our relationship with our animals is a slave relationship. You can't make a slave love you. You have to be good to it. Now, granted, with animals, you don't have to be that good. You don't have to be as good as you should be. Like an animal could care less whether you get a medical care. They don't know that you have it. But if they could compare, they might care. But so, as a being with a bigger brain that could think about things like that, that's for you to take on yourself, and do sufficient as they deserve as living creatures. But I'm not into the guilting out for people for whatever various things that I didn't want to, adopt a, I wanted a puppy that Lily could influence and raise, and I didn't necessarily want a pit bull puppy or whatever was there. So you could call that part selfish, but I think the important thing is how you're going to treat that animal. And I think that in the long run, we're at a point now where people aren't just creating puppies and having them in boxes down at the supermarket, where somebody also has to go for the future. And perhaps an older person like myself is in a position to go ahead and say, look, I think that somebody that raises a puppy takes a lot of care, and it takes time to love all 5 or 7 of those puppies that are there, and cares about each one of them for the couple months that they're there. That's the way we should persist these animal friends that we have, with whom we have positive relationships. And remember, as a relativist, the point of relativism is that we think relationships are what you focus on in terms of facts, the materialism, everything. And it works very well when it comes to life, because it means, look, don't ask yourself, are you right in yourself? Are you absolutely right and you have something to hold on to no matter what? It says, look, take stock of your relationships. Judge what kind of a pet adopter you are based on your relationship with those animals. And frankly, my relationships with the animal members of my family are, and have always been, some of the most positive and reliable ones.